Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Diana, or TheMadeUpGoddess, and today I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the Tarte Magic Wands brush set from the Make Believe in Yourself collection that recently came out. If you'd like to see my first impressions and review on this product, keep on watching. So this brush set comes with 3 face brushes and 2 eye brushes for a total of 5 brushes. Each brush is a different color and they each have a different use. I think that this brush set is really nice because it's actually pretty affordable at, I believe, only $39. And it comes with a contour highlighting brush, a powder brush, a wet foundation brush, a blender brush, and a packer brush for eyes. And they all have this absolutely gorgeous unicorn horn magic wand handle and texture to them. So let's get into it. I love the box, and I haven't opened these yet. Ooh. So they come in this really beautiful unicorn packaging, and they're all folded up in here. I don't know if you can see, I have a little desk here. And they all have individual plastic wrapping. They're insanely soft, oh my goodness. I love that all of the face brushes are like pinky purple tones, and then the eye brushes are blue-green. I wish there was one more eye brush. So this is the blender brush and this is the packer brush. This one's a little bit more blue and this one's more green. But I wish there was one more, maybe a thin packer brush or a angled brush, sort of like maybe, I have my other brushes next to me here. Maybe a brush like this. This is the OCC lip brush, but I use it for my eyes. Or maybe a round barrel brush like this. This is a blending brush by e.l.f. or eye crease brush. But I think that it would be nicer if there was one more brush. That would definitely make the brush set a little bit more expensive, but I think that it would be worth it to have 3 eye brushes and 3 face brushes. I'm definitely satisfied with what I have here. I thought that they would be metal handles, but they're plastic. But that's okay. These are the brushes. This is the powder brush. This is the foundation brush. This is the contour or highlight brush. And then this is the blending and the packing brush. So let's get into trying to use them. I came back from cleaning them, and they're not shedding, which is good. They might shed when I fully deeply wash them, but I believe the ferrule of the brush is metal and then the handle is plastic. I say that because this part's cold and this part is not cold, and usually that shows that it's metal or not. So I'm a sucker for adorable packaging and adorable brushes and stuff like that, so that's why I really was drawn to these brushes. And usually I'm not a person to go for brush sets, but since the price is so affordable, I figured why not? And they're cute. I've also found on eBay that there is some fake dupes for this brush and a more indie brand that came out with similar brushes, and so eBay sells the fake ones for, I believe it's like $7. So I think that after I do this and after a while I might end up purchasing those and doing a review comparing them to see if they're good quality brushes, because I think having a whole bunch of cute little unicorn horns in my brush set will be really nice, and even though they're super cheap, maybe they perform just like the Tarte ones do. Okay, so I already have my face moisturized, and first I have to prime. So the primer I'm using today is the e.l.f. Poreless face primer. Okay, so I primed first, but what I'm actually gonna do first is I'm gonna do my eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna do my eyes first. I think it's just the shape of my face, but I tend to get a lot of fallout everywhere, no matter what I do, no matter what palette I use. I've just gotten used to doing my eyes first because it's just easier for me to clean everything up that way. Okay, so I'm using the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. This is my all-time favorite primer. So I'm using the Revealed 2 Sense palette. Oh, geez. It's just a natural palette. I'm using it because I can show you what colors I'm using without having to cover the mirror. But I'm just going to do an easy eye look. just to mainly test out the brushes, not really as a tutorial or anything. So I have weird vision and I like to be close to a mirror, so this is probably the best way that I can film my face and look at a mirror at the same time. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the packer brush, and I'm gonna go in with one of these matte, I think this one right here. It's like a matte mauve crease shade, so I'm going in with that. It does pick up product really nice. And let's see. Oh, my primer's not all the way blended. Okay, I didn't do a great job on my primer, and I just got eye makeup all over my face somehow. Okay. Okay, so these feel very soft on the eyes. And I'm comparing them to my normal array of brushes, which come from various different places. A lot of them I've gotten just from coming with products. Like I said earlier, I don't really like buying brushes, because usually they don't have the brushes that I like, and this set did. But these are very soft, even softer than my normal Sephora brushes, which is surprising. And they're both high-end, but Sephora brushes are usually pretty expensive in a set, or especially the single ones. I only have a couple of Sephora brushes that are singles. I just have a foundation brush and a eyebrow brush that I use. But the other ones I have came from the set. I got it as a gift, but they shed a lot, and it's kind of disappointing from something from Sephora. Okay, so I'm gonna keep blending and doing my eyes and whatever else, and I'll come back to you when I switch my brushes to the blending brush. Now I'm gonna go in with the blending brush. I'm gonna put this light matte shade on my eyes. So usually I like shorter blending brushes, like this one I showed earlier. This is a crease brush, but it works as a blending brush for me. I think it's just because I have hooded eyes, and I find that these are too just big and flimsy, but it is working, so that's good. Okay, let's see what it looks like if I blend in a darker color. I'm gonna go in with a darker maroon red. I don't know if it's just because the brushes are really good quality, or if it's just how I'm handling makeup today, but I'm really not getting any fallout, and I haven't been tapping off my brush. Okay, this is blending out very, very nicely. I think some other blending brushes that I have haven't been as dense as this one is. I have just a couple dual ones, I think, from Urban Decay that come with their palettes. I have one from one of the Vice palettes, and I use that brush all the time because that's my only other blending brush, and it's not as dense and it doesn't blend out as nicely as this, so I'm really impressed. Okay, so one thing I just noticed is the end of the thinner brushes is a bit wobbly. If I really hold it on the end, I feel like I might break it, which is a bit worrying for a first impression. Okay, so I'm really impressed with the eyes, and I'm gonna clean that up with a makeup wipe. So what I do after is I just take it underneath, go up, make the corner sharp, and then I do the same thing on the other side. Today I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match. My shade is W1, and I'm going to use the foundation brush, which is this. Let's hope that this blends out nice. I usually use a beauty sponge. Also, I checked the website, and it did not say anything specific about how to blend, like if I'm supposed to use a stippling motion. I suppose not really, because it's not a stippling brush, but who knows. Initially when I swipe it on, it does swipe on very full coverage, like I feel like the brush isn't absorbing too much product. Okay, so it's not really setting down. It's gonna keep blending until maybe something happens. The brush definitely doesn't look as pretty as it did, but it's still just as soft. I feel like I'm still streaky. I mean, I don't feel like, I definitely am. Also, the shape of this brush, I can't really get into the nooks and crannies. I know that wouldn't be a problem if I didn't do my eye makeup first, but that is how I do it. Okay, well, it's definitely not as as streaky now. Maybe I just need to blend it in for a while. Okay, let's try stippling. Okay, so I guess the technique here is to rub it all on until the brush kind of dries out a little bit and then pat it in. It actually looks quite nice now. Okay, I'm glad because I was really hoping that this foundation brush would work. It did take a little bit longer than usual, but I think it's certainly more full coverage than when I use a blender sponge. So now we're gonna go into the powder brush, and the NYX HD Studio setting powder really picks up really nicely. This brush is really nice. I think the way it's shaped is when you put it on your face, it kind of like flattens. And I think that's really nice for getting under your eye. I think it gets there perfectly. And you can quickly go around your face because it kind of like fluffs out when you rub it on your face. It's not too small. Now I'm going into the contour and highlighting brush. I'm using the Smashbox contour highlighting palette, going in with the contour shade. I feel like this brush might be a little bit too dense, but I can't tell for sure right now. I'm thinking there's a chance that it might rub off some of the foundation, but I'm not really seeing that, so I guess we're okay. I definitely make sure to contour if I ever put foundation on because my face does end out looking very flat. I'm really liking this. My current contour brush is just the one that came with this palette. I think I definitely like this more, and that's really good because I paid money for these and I'm glad that I'm enjoying them. Okay, let's see how nose contour works out and make sure I don't have too much product. I don't contour my nose too often. I kind of just do it to add depth, not really to alter the shape of my nose. Since I have the color switch, I'm just gonna clean that. I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter. And this one is in Peach Lights. I think that this might be too dense. It's kind of, looks like it might be giving my highlighter hard pan. So that's not great, but I don't know. It's working, but I feel like it's too dense for highlight. I think I'm gonna definitely stick to having this brush be only for contour. So I use more of a big kabuki brush for my highlighter because I like dramatic highlight. Yeah, I definitely like this brush better than the other one. But we're learning. So I'm gonna put my eyebrows on and the rest of my eye look, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I've finished my makeup look and I think I have my first impressions ready for you guys. Like I said earlier, I think that the ends of the thinner ones are a bit flimsy. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem. Right now it's not, it's just something I noticed. I really love all of the face brushes. The foundation brush did take a while to blend in my foundation. I think a little bit longer than brushes usually do, but it did end up looking really nice. The powder brush is absolutely gorgeous. I even wish that they just sold it on their own because I think that this is the one I would recommend the most. The contour brush did work wonderfully to blend out my contour, and sometimes I do have problems with that contour where it sticks to certain places and not to others, but I didn't have any problems with this brush. I wouldn't use it for highlight. I think it's too dense for that and it doesn't pick up the product nicely enough. All of the brushes are extremely soft, but I really love the eye brushes because I can very much tell just how soft they are while I'm applying the product. I didn't feel any scratchiness on my eyes, and even while I was doing the under eye that I did off camera, I still used these brushes and they still felt super nice. I really like them. I think that they're affordable and I'm definitely gonna keep using these, and I'm really glad to have these as part of my collection. I think they're gorgeous brushes and I'm so happy to have them. I hope you really liked my review. I'm sorry if it was a bit long-winded. I'm gonna put all of the other products I used on my face in the description bar below. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment about anything you want to leave a comment about. Ask me questions, leave recommendations, and I really hope to see you soon.
Can you focus on me, please? Yeah, it's okay. Oh my god, I love this brush.